vehicle knowledge. Definition of motor vehicle. It is a mean of wheeled or tracked land transportation or traction and moves with an automatic engine. Vehicle parts. The vehicle consists of the following main parts. Wheels. They are used to move the vehicle and help in absorbing shocks. Suspension system. It absorbs the shocks from the road when the vehicle moves on uneven surfaces. Gearbox. It increases starting movement, increases and decreases the speed. Transmission pack, clutch or turbine. It connects and disconnects mechanical energy from the engine to the gearbox. Transmission shafts, drive shaft or axles. They transmit the motion from the gearbox to the wheels. Engine. It converts the energy concealed in the fuel into a mechanical energy to drive the vehicle. Steering system. It is used to guide the vehicle. Brakes. They are used to stop the vehicle. Chassis. It is the primary base of the vehicle on which the vehicle parts are installed. Body. It is the compartment allocated for seating the driver and the passengers. Safety devices. They are used for the safety of the driver and the passengers. Vehicle status data panel and the importance of its readings. It is an electronic panel in front of the driver, includes indicators, meters and lights that help the driver to know the status of the vehicle, devices and the systems. Driver panel indicators. Engine temperature indicator. It should not rise to red mark. Fuel quantity in the fuel tank indicator. The fuel quantity should not be less than quarter. Engine RPM indicator. It should not exceed 5,000 rounds per minute. Vehicle speed indicator, speedometer. The speed should not exceed 120 kilometers per hour. Mileage indicator. The periodic maintenance should be performed according to the mileage reading. Engine oil pressure level warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on. Otherwise, turn the engine off immediately. Charging system warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on. Otherwise, turn off the engine. Fuel quantity warning indicator. Go to the nearest refueling station. Brake oil level or brake fault warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on. Otherwise, check the brake oil. Handbrake warning indicator. The handbrake should be released before moving. Vehicle doors closed indicator. Vehicle doors should be closed properly. High beam light indicator. It should be turned off when facing vehicles. Fog remover from the rear window indicator. It should not be used except in the existence of fog on the rear window. Seatbelt use reminder indicator. Passengers of the front seat, at least, should use the seat belt. Trunk open indicator. The trunk must be closed before turning the engine on. Engine temperature rise indicator. Stop driving and turn the engine off immediately. OD off indicator. The use of OD reduces the fuel consumption. Engine fault indicator. Go to repair workshop and link it on the computer to indicate the fault. Airbag system SRS warning indicator. It indicates the existence of fault in SRS. T-belt indicator. The T-belt needs to be replaced as soon as possible. Wheel ABS warning indicator. It indicates the existence of fault in ABS system. AT oil temperature rise indicator. Stop the vehicle on P position, and when the indicator is turned off, you can move. In case of the indicator is flashing, go to the maintenance workshop because there is a technical fault. Sliding warning indicator. There is a fault in the system. Refer to the maintenance workshop. Fuel strainer indicator. Strainer should be replaced as soon as possible. Maximum speed limit warning indicator. Reduce the speed. Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System KDSS indicator. There is a fault in the system. Refer to the maintenance workshop as soon as possible. Vehicle safety devices. Most of modern vehicles provide safety to passengers at a high level through their contents of advanced safety systems, and it is recommended, when wishing to own a vehicle, to select it according to the availability of safety devices in this vehicle. In general, vehicle safety devices can be summarized as follows. Safety belts. All passengers should use safety belts for their safety, and Qatar traffic law obliges passengers of front seats to use the safety belt, whereas the seat belt keeps the driver and the passenger steady in their seat when the vehicle starts to stop. It protects the head and the face from the collision in any parts inside the vehicle, such as the steering wheel and the dashboard. It reduces injuries to about 40 to 50%. The belt prevents vehicle passengers from colliding with each other. It helps the driver to maintain control over the vehicle. It reduces possibility of occurrence of additional collision or successive accidents. Passengers inside the vehicle gains vehicle speed, and when the vehicle stops suddenly, speed of pushing passengers forward is the same as vehicle speed before stopping, which causes their moving and colliding with each other inside the vehicle and may be thrown out from the vehicle. Kids and safety belt. Safety belts in the vehicle are not suitable for kids because they have special seats according to their ages and sizes from 1 year to 10 years. There are main points for safety of kids regarding safety belts. Kids must be fixed in each trip at all times. Sit kids in the rear seat. Choose a seating appropriate for the kid's size. Use kid safety seats and belts in a proper way. Babies and safety belt. Babies must be put in rear-facing safety seat at the rear seat of the vehicle, since birth to the maximum weight allocated for the rear-facing safety seat. Verify the instruction manual of the seat or the label on the seat to know the weight and the height limits to be used in rear-facing position. Babies sitting in the front seat may be subject to fatal injury when colliding with the airbag beside passenger seat. When your baby reaches to the maximum weight of the rear-facing safety seat, driver must change position of his seat to be front-facing. If you are using rear-facing seat allocated for babies only, you will be required to replace it by a new front-facing seat. Airbag. When the vehicle exposes to a collision, the airbag operates to prevent hitting of the head and the chest of the driver with the steering wheel and the windscreen, as well as colliding of passengers with vehicle parts and windscreen due to the force of collision resulted from the accident. Vehicles are provided with a number of airbags for the front passenger and the driver. Also, they are provided to the sides of the vehicle to protect passengers from side collision accidents. It is important to know that airbags do not replace safety belts, because with airbag, there is still a possibility for throwing passengers out from the vehicle in case of large collision, and it will have an adverse effect in case of not using safety belt. Therefore, put on safety belt always in a proper way. Headrest. Headrests are considered the most important means of safety in vehicles, where it prevents full back bounce of the head in case of collision or sudden use of brakes that may cause break of the neck or above the spine, which in turn causes paralysis often. Collapsible steering column. The system operates according to the existence of collapsed points in the connections consisting vehicle steering column, where it is collapsed inward to absorb shocks and avoid its collision with the driver's body. Anti-lock braking system (ABS). ABS device is a good technique for brakes control, where it prevents skidding of the vehicle when braking, even if the road surface is slippery. This helps to be the stop distance less than in normal case and avoids collision of the vehicle with the obstacle that appears in the front of the vehicle, as it helps the driver to control the steering of the vehicle during sudden use of brakes. Side beams. These beams are placed on the sides of the vehicle body to enforce and increase its resistance and durability against collision accidents occurred at the sides of the vehicle to protect the driver and passengers from injuries they expose. Electronic Stability Program (ESP). The system stabilizes vehicle path when the driver steers his vehicle to avoid a sudden obstacle appears in front of him on the road. Also, the system prevents deviation of the vehicle when turning as a result of change in the road surface or driving at an improper speed. Design of the body in modern vehicles. In old vehicles, the common is to enforce hardness of vehicle body to provide the required strength, but this concept changes later, where hardness design is limited to the compartment only to provide safety for passengers. The two front and rear parts of the vehicle are designed in a way that ensure absorption of collision force in accidents through performing collapsing points in the rest of the vehicle body. Red, first degree hardness iron. Orange, second degree hardness iron. Yellow, third degree hardness iron. Blue, steel. Gray, collapsible or deformable iron, aqua, aluminium, green, magnesium. Safety equipment in the vehicle. Fire extinguisher. The driver of the vehicle should be acquainted with different types of fire extinguishers in order to choose the appropriate type for the vehicle and load transported. For example, it is dangerous to use fire extinguisher contains water added to soda acid to extinguish fuel burning, as this leads to more spread of fire. The driver must avoid use the extinguisher in confined spaces, not to open engine compartment in a full way but directs the extinguisher from small places and holes. The driver must check pressure gauge of fire extinguisher from time to time to make sure of its validity. Reflecting triangle and first aid kit. It is an equilateral triangle with a side length not less than 45 centimeters and its surface contains reflective materials. It is used in emergency cases for safety of driver and other users of the road. It is used at a sufficient distance from the vehicle when stopping to warn other users of the road of the stop of your vehicle on the road. This distance depends on road speed, i.e., as the speed increases, the distance increases. First aid kit contains medical supplies used for first aids. Tools and spare tire. They are the tools used in replacing tires or in repairing minor faults. At least jack arm, and wheel lock nut key must be available. In all cars, there is a spare tire fixed in the trunk, at the rear of the vehicle or underneath. Usually, its size is the same as other tires' size and must be checked and adjust its air pressure from time to time. Vehicle periodic maintenance. Performing periodic maintenance by the driver for his vehicle may save his life, save money, effort and time. Therefore, he must own knowledge of maintenance principles of his vehicle, which can be summarized as follows. Oils. Engine oil. Engine oil must be replaced in normal condition every 5,000 kilometers, as recorded in mileage meter in vehicle status panel. Specification of oil depends on instructions of vehicle manufacturer, and to make sure of the suitable amount of oil level must be measured in the engine by oil dipstick, which indicates correct and acceptable level before turning the engine on. Transmission oil. Manual transmission oil is checked every 15,000 kilometers in maintenance stations underneath the vehicle, and oil level in automatic transmission is checked every 5,000 kilometers by the scale allocated for this purpose, as shown in the figure. Steering oil. Hydraulic steering oil must be checked every 5,000 kilometers, where often a special oil is used. Grade 10. The next picture shows the acceptable oil level in green color and also the unacceptable oil level in red color, where in this case, oil must be increased before the use of the vehicle. Brake fluid. Brake fluid level must be checked weekly, where the decrease in brake fluid is normal and must not be increased except in case of decrease below the minimum level, where the decrease of fluid level in brake fluid reservoir to the minimum level means that front brake pads need replacement, and after its replacement, the fluid returns to its normal level and there is no need to increase the fluid. When brake fluid level decreases below the minimum level, fluid must be increased and the system checked at maintenance workshop. But before increasing the fluid, check oil specification on fluid reservoir lid, where there are two known types of specifications, R.3, .4, noting that the increase of fluid with different specifications will harm the system and lead to damage of rubber parts and cause fault of brakes. The vehicle contains a number of filters. They are: engine air filter. It is replaced when it is dirty, noting that the replacement of air filter on time helps in the reduction of fuel consumption and increases engine momentum. Engine oil filter. It must be replaced after each 2 replacements of oil, where it drains engine oil of impurities resulted from friction inside the engine. Gearbox oil filter. It is used only in automatic transmission vehicles and must be replaced according to manufacturer instructions with each replacement of transmission oil. Air condition filter. It is replaced when air quantity in passenger's compartment is few and its flow is low. Water. Radiator coolant. Make sure that coolant lid is closed firmly. There is no leakage in the system and there is an antifreeze. It must be increased by distilled water when decreased. Wipers water. Make sure that there is water in wipers reservoir in summer and winter. Battery solution. Check solution level in the battery and make sure that cells are firmly closed. For sealed batteries, check the indicator, green or black, black, and valid, green, valid. Belts. Generator dynamo belt. Check its condition at every replacement of engine oil. Air condition belt. Check its condition at every replacement of engine oil. Timing belt. It must be replaced every 100,000 kilometers or according to recommendation of the manufacturer. Tires. The tire holds vehicle weight, transmits the motion from the vehicle to the road, and absorbs part of the shocks, and through which vehicle can be stopped or steered. Therefore, tire is the most important part of the vehicle, and any fault thereof adversely affects safety of vehicle motion on the road. So, tires must be checked continuously and make sure that there are no damages in the tire, and to measure air pressure, where the decrease of tire air pressure leads to its damage and loss of control on the vehicle, and the increase of pressure as well. Manufacturer recommendation on the label placed on driver's door must be read. Often, it is recommended to be the pressure 35 bar approximately. When replacing tires, you must know the suitable size recommended by the manufacturer, which is placed on the label on driver's door. In all cases, the driver must know some information about tires to help him how to select the suitable tire. For balloon tire, balloon material causes its blow up if used for more than 6 months or at high speed. Tire squeal. Also, balloon tire is not practical and can cause accidents, especially in summer, where balloon temperature increases at high speed and when turning, and the car may overturn. Therefore, driving speed must not exceed 90 kilometers. In addition, it does not withstand heat, and its temperature increases quickly and can withstand 80 kilometers per hour only on sandy lands. Tires must be replaced when skid depth reaches 2 millimeters or if there is swelling or tire damage.